Okay, I think everything's working. Let me get chat up. Shit up. Oh yeah, everything's up. When I see, like, you probably see it in chat, like there's just like a stream message or it. When I see that message, I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, chat's working, chat's working. Alright, sorry everyone, it's taking chat top a moment. It might be because it's raining a bit outside, I think. Hold on, let me check. Let me use my pen and weather detector to check if it's raining outside. It's a little stormy. Alright, Andy, what the fuck are you up to now? Resetting the universe. Oh, you know, sometimes things spawn in, they're not yellow, so I just reset the entire universe. Did you ask Mom? Yeah. Mom said it was my turn to reset the universe, you know. I asked Dad, too, and he just said, ask your mother, and I was like, okay. And Mom said, not right now, I'm busy, so I reset the universe. Yeah, don't worry, everyone. We're gonna reset until we find a shiny Deoxys. Or tickets to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, whichever happens first. I'm just imagining now, chat. We finally found it, boys! Oh, a shiny Deoxys, sir? No! Tickets to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie! Yeah! I've joked around at the idea of, like, because I know a lot of people that probably would be down for this, right? And hear me out, wouldn't you love to do this too, chat, if we ever, like, had, like, a meeting of all of us, like, all the chat members? Cosplaying pirates and going to a convention and then being, like... like, going to find, like, a random guy with, like, a treasure chest, right? And just being like, we finally found them, boys! Tickets to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie! And just all cheering, like, yeah! Are we low-key just sitting here and redoing this exact section until Deoxys is yellow? Yes, this is what shiny hunting is. This is what is known as a reset shiny hunt. Which is basically like, oh yes, Deoxys, there's only one of him. He's not shiny locked. And yeah, you do this for like hours. How long does that take? Good question! Last time, we streamed this for 6 hours. So it can take anywhere from now until the heat death of the universe. Statistically speaking. It's just like Gacha, except instead of spending valuable cash that I don't have, I spend the virgin years of my life! Statistically speaking. I mean, it's like 1 in, like, 8,000, so... Are we actually about to witness the universe? Every single reset we do, everyone, Red just, like, relives everything in the entire universe. again up to this point. And then it's just like, Deoxys! Reset. Deoxys! Reset. Deoxys! Reset. Much like Sans, Deoxys is starting to catch on to this and is getting tired. Eventually, Deoxys will be yellow as a result, because Deoxys is tired. Or if you've ever seen Doctor Strange, this is Dormammu! I've come to bargain. Undertale type shit. Yeah, and again, if you don't understand the Undertale type shit, this is the Dormammu I've come to bargain from Doctor Strange. Which is, like, low-key one of my favorite jokes about shiny hunting. People have said that one in particular is, when you're shiny hunting Arceus. I would have done a shiny Arceus hunt, but I didn't have a card at the like a capture card. I'm pretty sure I didn't. BDSP has the longest reset time of any Pokemon game. It is terrible. And I got shiny Arceus in 3 minutes. Like, I got it in, like, barely any resets. I think he's in Pokemon Home. He's called Golden Banana. You know what? Fuck this. Exactly. I'm putting stream on my laptop and reading House of Leaves. Very nice. I love watching people attempt to read that book. It is hilarious. For those who are like, wait, what? Why is Passion love watching people attempt to read that book? What's so wrong with House of Leaves? Go buy yourself House of Leaves and try and read it. Alright, so if we can do pizza tonight. Do. If you hear Donkey Kong say okay, by the way, that's because my ringer is on. TikTok is like, oh, you have one new message. Like, I imagine it's from me. He sends a lot of TikToks, so. You know what? Yeah, I think it would make me feel a little better, like, about recent events if I just told you guys what happened. For those who are wondering, like, about, like, Day Shift at Freddy's and all that, I decided to put it on hold because me and E had a pretty bad breakup. Like, we argued a lot. It was like a known thing, like, we argued a lot. On stream, you did see, like, very small amounts of it. But you didn't see, like, the full force. But me and E did argue a lot, and that's why we ended up breaking up, because it was just better for both of us. And, like, I didn't want to do Day Shift at Freddy's as a result. Because I'm like, oh yeah, let's do Day Shift at Freddy's after I just got off of a breakup with the person I wanted to play it with. And, like, we are very much, like, not in, like, good speaking terms at the moment. We've gotten better at, like, we're just friends now, like, we took a long break from speaking to each other, which, like, really helped. But, like, we're like, now just, like, casual friends. Yeah. For anyone who's wondering, by the way, that's why, Minecraft with E will no longer have any episodes, I think, because we just, like... That world is just tainted now. But on the bright side, that means we can play Cobblemon now. Whoever's counting the resets now must feel really bad. They must be sitting there like, oh shit. Like, yeah, you thought your Deoxys stream would have no trauma dumping? Oh, you foolish bastard, you! As Charlie can tell you all, I look pretty horrible right now. Cobblemon. Yeah. I want to do Cobblemon and, like... Alright, hold on. Hey, Andy? Yeah? Sorry, I just got a text about my pizza. My mom was like, I'll just, like... I still have dreams about her, man. Oh, fuck. Mood. God damn it, my mom hit me with a 6-7 joke. Also, I relate, though. I told, Actually, no, I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I need to do a lot of healing before I talk about that. I'm attempting to go on a healing arc, too. Well, I'm putting my silencer on. That sounds a lot more menacing than I thought. But... I'm just about to shoot someone in the audience for leaving their phone on check. But, I'm attempting to go on a healing arc. Which, I'm gonna be for real, chat, 100%.gov. I've never been on a healing arc. I think I'm doing a shitty job at the healing arc, I'm not gonna lie. There is an attempt. I want to be happy after all. But I will say, this is going like... This is definitely not my favorite arc. This is a JJK ending of an arc. Actually, you know what? If any of you haven't seen the ending to JJK, maybe just don't look at it at all. Just imagine it doesn't exist. I don't know. I've heard that, the, like, follow-up manga for JJK is apparently doing actually good, but, like... what was the one that killed me the most? What was, like, there's, like... Oh, yeah, it was... I remember now. Alright, so, for context reasons, right, chat? I like the idea of the Mummy and, like, the Universal monsters. I think the Universal monsters are cool as hell. Shout out to my boys, dab me to fuck up Dracula. But anyways, I saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy recently. And I just want to tell you all that, like, I've never seen a movie take a harder U-turn. Oh, hey, this intro character has nightmares too and a substance problem. We'd get along. Oh my god, same. This character has enormous flaws that they choose to ignore and commit to substance abuse instead of challenging their problems. Me! Enormous character flaw that could be easily fixed, but instead they would rather rot. Oh my god, me, Cody. He's just like me forever. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but I recently saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I gotta say, the movie's alright. It definitely isn't a mummy movie, like, at all. Like, when I think The Mummy, you know what I really think of is The Mummy, you know? I don't think of demonic possession movie, like, at all. Right? But, yeah, sorry, I was in the middle of talking about Lee Cronin's The Mummy earlier, when I saw that, the intro character thing. I was saying, I've never seen a movie that hits as hard of a U-turn in the ending as Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So, to give you an idea, chat, you can go watch Lee Cronin's The Mummy if you want. You're just gonna get disappointed by the ending. Like, you are going to get so sad about the ending that you're just gonna sit there like, what was the point of the movie? Like, genuinely, why? But Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And for anyone who's like, who the fuck is Lee Cronin, right? He worked on Evil Dead Rise. Like, you're gonna immediately realize that if you watch The Mummy and you've watched Evil Dead Rise before, you're gonna be like, oh. The guy used nut house as a term, and the house was marked with blue. Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead franchise, by the way, for anyone who's like, Evil Dead, I love that franchise. The Boomstick movie? Yes! Yes, that movie. I love that line. And this is my boomstick! You gotta watch the Boomstick movie, bro. Okay, so Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Evil Army of Darkness, amazing. Evil Dead Remake, okay. It doesn't tread any new ground. If you watch Evil Dead 1, you're getting the same thing. Except with more CGI now, so like... It's kind of like watching a Marvel movie after you've like... And not like Iron Man or Captain America. It's like watching like... Captain America Civil War. You just sit there like, wow, that was a very similar thing to what I just watched, but like... Lots of green screen now, right? I think Army of Darkness is, like, my personal favorite. Evil Dead Rise was really good. Like, in my opinion, I enjoyed Evil Dead Rise. I have not seen Evil Dead Burn. I heard Evil Dead Burn is very mixed. Like, it's very weird because Evil Dead Rise and Evil Dead Burn have different directors, right? But Evil Dead Rise requires that you watch Evil Dead... Or Evil Dead Burn requires that you watch Evil Dead Rise to understand, like, everything going on in it. Because Evil Dead Burn is a sequel to Evil Dead Rise. So, like... there is, like, events that happen in Evil Dead Rise that don't make any sense. Or, but... hold on, I'm getting them mixed up. There's events that happen in Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Burn? Yes! No, Evil Dead Burn! Like, Ignite. I'm typing it in chat for you now. Okay, so... Evil Dead Burn... There is stuff that happens in Evil Dead Burn that doesn't make sense unless you watch Evil Dead Rise. Because Evil Dead Burn is a sequel to Evil Dead Rise. And they happen, if I remember correctly, concurrently. Like, in the timeline, they happen at the exact same time. Concurrently, like, through each other. I think that if I remember correctly, Evil Dead Rise happens in, like, one building, right? Like, they're, like, nearby buildings, essentially. Like, there was a huge disaster, right? Evil Dead Rise takes place in one building. Evil Dead Rise is, or Burn is essentially, like, next door, or, like, a block down the street. Evil Dead Rise will tell you why Evil Dead Burn happened, though. Anywho, on to the next tangent. Alright, so you've successfully watched Evil Dead Rise. Good on you, Chief! You get a cookie. You want to know what this guy went on to do next instead of make Evil Dead Burn? Because for some reason the Evil Dead franchise goes through directors as fast as I went through girlfriends in, like, middle school. Yeah, I bet you do, buddy, don't you? Well, he went on to make The Mummy. And you may say, like, the remake? No, that's like the 2004 remake. Oh, so the other remake? No, that's Tom Cruise running away from sand. Oh, so this remake! Yes, the Lee Cronin's Mummy. It is called Lee Cronin's The Mummy, but in the title card it looks like it says The Lee Cronin's Mummy. Tom Cruise running away from sand, as he tends to. I'm not joking. The Tom Cruise Mummy movie was so hilarious. There's been 3 remakes of The Mummy, and only one of them is, like... I don't actually know if I would call it the remake of The Mummy, like... The 2004 one. I don't know if I'd call it, like... amazing, but I would say it's definitely exactly what The Mummy should be remade into. And then there's Tom Cruise Runs from Sand, which we call it that because that is exactly what it is. Like, there is no defending that one. It was very much Tom Cruise stroking his own ego. And now we have the Lee Cronin Mummy. The Lee Cronin Mummy is like the Halloween 3 of the Mummy. It's like, alright, you want the mummy? Well, what if we just, like, completely abandon what made the mummy the mummy? The Lee Cronin's Mummy, chat, is not a movie about, you know, a mummy. It's a movie about a demon. So, bandage. No, I'm, like, not even joking. So when I was going into it, like, they tease, like, oh, there's a mummy, right? And, like, I was like, alright, so, like, that's gonna be the mummy. Like, he's gonna break out. He's gonna be a terrifying monster, right? No. You freaking idiot. The mummy's not going to break out and do mummy shit. He's just going to possess someone. And, like, my mom put it perfectly while we watched it. You go into that movie hearing the title, The Mummy, and expect The Mummy. What you do not expect is that you've been bamboozled, tricked, Smeckledorfed even, into watching The Exorcist. This is not the funniest part. The funniest part of the Lee Cronin's Mummy, in my opinion, is how, like, this movie hits the hardest U-turn you've ever seen. Like, ever. At the ending. Because they want to make it like a happy ending for some reason, right? It's a horror movie! Like, the equivalent I can give to you is it would be like if Jason went through, like, Camp Crystal Lake, murdered 5 people, and then at the end, right? At the end, like, after they're done killing Jason, everyone who's, like, all of a sudden, like, was killed by Jason, they're back to life! Even better! Jason's in jail! Even better! The 5 people who died to Jason broke in and started beating him up on the floor! Even better! For some reason, Jason's put in the worst. They put a mummy in jail? No. No. Do you guys just want to know the ending to the Lee Cronin Mummy? They did put a, actually, wait, oh wait, you didn't say mummy, you said mommy. They actually did put a mommy in jail, actually, that's actually part of the ending. Okay, so the ending to the Lee Cronin Mummy, for all of the 5 of you who do not want to be spoiled on this movie, I recommend, like, muting me, right? Alright, wait. Alright. Hold on, let's give people a bit, okay? I'll start talking about Lee Cronin's The Mummy ending when we reach the 30-minute mark, okay? Are we talking about the film Mummy or Mommy? Hold on, everyone! Alright, we're approaching the 30-minute mark. I'll start talking about Lee Cronin's The Mummy. It'll be, like... You guys are gonna hate this ending. You gotta Google Deoxys' butt in the meantime. Mood. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... And we're in spoiler territory. Okay, so Lee Cronin's The Mummy is like a demonic possession movie, right? And like, I get the idea is like, oh yeah, they imprisoned a demon in the mummy, right? And now the mummy, he broke free, so like the demon broke free. And he was ravaging this family who had their daughter kidnapped to become the new mummy, right? Like, he was breaking free of the old, like, corpse that he was wrapped in. And thus, they needed, like, a child sacrifice, right? So yeah, that's pretty, like, yeah. So this is, like, the part that I hate. Because it just, like, it removed everything. So, in, like, The Mummy, Lee Cronin, he infects this one girl, right? Like, it's demonic possession of this one girl. And the point is supposed to be, like, they bring the girl back after finding her, after her kidnapping, right? And, like, the point is supposed to be this demon hates family. So it tears apart this family from the inside by possessing all the children, right? This is the problem. Is that, oh yay, like it possessed all the children. Okay, so it did it. It destroyed this family, right? And it makes the children, like, horribly maim themselves in, like, manners that you would never recover from. Right? Like, one example that I, like, really, really hate in the end, because I swear to God, this movie did nothing. This movie killed a grandma, and that was the stakes of it. This little girl rips out all her teeth, right? And then 5 minutes later in the movie, like, the end of the movie, Charlie, do not worry, you're going to hear how stupid this movie was. Suddenly, like, oh, we got rid of the demon, right? She's perfectly fine. This girl has been locked in a sarcophagus for, like, I think it was 10 years? 10 or 8 years. And then, like, she's horribly disabled as a result, because, like, oh, she's been locked in a sarcophagus this entire time. With nothing to eat, nothing to drink, barely any exposure to sunlight. In fact, she doesn't have skin, she has just wrappings. Like a mummy! Right? She was essentially embalmed, right? And then, oh yay, like, we cured her of demons, so now she's perfectly healthy as if nothing happened. Now, like, I get the idea of, like, giving a horror movie a happy ending, but, like, like, curing of the demon and then just being like, alright, everything the demon ever did was undone except for killing Grandma. Grandma's dead! I just think of the teenage son later in that movie. I just think of him like, man, my sisters are okay. My mom and dad aren't getting a divorce over demons. Now I can finally listen to my favorite album, the Super Ghostbusters album. And I'm just hearing, Grandma's died! She was lowering the property value. This is another thing though, right? If you watch Evil Dead Rise, you can tell how much this man just wanted to make another Evil Dead movie. This was an Evil Dead movie in disguise. This was like an industry plant in Evil Dead. This was like his attempt to just be like, alright, I'm gonna make Evil Dead burn, but named a mummy. I just can't. Like, it's so hilarious. Universal's always talking about rebooting that dark universe. How about you start by making The Mummy about the mummy? They knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, with The Invisible Man, but, like, then you get to The Mummy and you sit there like, why? For those of you who haven't seen The Invisible Man, it's very good. Like, I like it a lot, and it is genuinely scary at points. The Mummy by Lee Cronin was, this man wanted to just make Evil Dead again. Oh my god. Watch me go see Evil Dead Burn, by the way, and it's just the Mummy movie. Like, it's just gonna take place in Egypt, and they're gonna be in pyramids and be like, every instance of the word mummy is replaced with Evil Dead. Not even Deadites, just Evil Dead. Someone did, like, some corporate sabotage. Lee Cronin accidentally spilled coffee on his laptop when he was writing the Mummy script, and he just took his script that he wrote for Evil Dead Burn, like, oh, they won't notice. No offense, Lee Cronin, no offense. I did enjoy Evil Dead Rise. Oh yeah, but the ending. The ending besides, like, oh yes, we're going to be, and, like, again, I don't think any of you are gonna see this movie. This movie was not great. If you want my recommendation on, like, a good horror movie, I recommend VHS Halloween. Or really any of the VHS series outside of Viral. Viral's bad. But, yeah, oh man, really, yeah, VHS Viral is bad. But, the ending was literally just, so they find the woman who kidnapped their girl, right? And she was, she's in prison now, so they threw mommy in prison, right? There she is, chat, the mommy! But, they throw her in prison after what she's done, because she has committed a very horrible crime of kidnapping. And so they bring in the husband who, like, sacrificed himself to be possessed by the mummy. Right? And they're like, we're just gonna make him possess you. That's a mid-credits scene, too. So, like, if you were sitting there like, oh, the ending removed all the stakes, right? The ending removed everything that was, like, about this movie. The mid-credits is like, don't worry, we forgot to get that one, too. Do you play any Supermassive games? I've actually never played any of the Supermassive games. I've never been a fan of visual novels, though. Like, Until Dawn doesn't speak to me. Quarry doesn't speak to me either. I know they did, the casting of Frank Stone. And, like, I just didn't really vibe with the idea of it either. Like, I'm just not, like, a visual novels guy. And I know that you can say those aren't visual novels, like, they have a lot more interactivity than visual novels. But no, you know what I mean, like, it's mainly like quick time events and stuff, right? It just doesn't speak to me. What's up with your audio processing, by the way? Is that your mic or OBS? What's wrong with it? Do I sound off? True, but the newer one has stealth instead of too much quick time. Oh, that's better. You know, like, I've been debating, like, making small games like that, but, like, I didn't want to make, like, a visual novel to start because I felt like I wouldn't enjoy it. You sound like... I have been moving around, so if I sound like I've been moving around, it's because I've been moving around. Do you know that one bear streamer who cooks? Who posts on TikTok, I think? No. You sound like you have his mic. That is such... Like, I don't use TikTok. I have it, but I don't use it. Okay, give me a sec. Okay. It could be like my mic just doesn't want to function right. You guys are under a ceiling fan that is currently going. And like it rattles just the tiniest amount. Basically what it does is like we had an option to put an extra screw into it, and it was considered, like, completely useless. It was essentially like, alright, we could put this extra screw in it, and all it does for me, right, is it just stops, like, the occasional tick noise that it makes when it, like, very slightly moves. Alright, let me play this. I don't know why I sound like that. And you said you something and it's not torn in the sky. I am unsure why I sound like that. I'm further away from the mic than I usually am. Usually I'm like right up next to it. Like, hold on, watch. Usually I'm like right here. Like I'm over here on the mic. Does it sound better now? Because there's a... Do I have the mic on my mic? Yes. No, it sounds... It's got less it has less Chat, I have no I don't know technical terms, fuck. I'm having a lemonade, so maybe that's a part of it. Has it been like all stream, or has it started recently? All stream? Alright, hold on. It might be a mic thing. I'll just plug it in. Hold on. I plugged the mic back in. I don't know if that helped. I thought it might be that though, like, oh yeah, I like unplugged the mic wrong and it's got like a faulty connection or something. The same. Can we live with it? Oh, yeah. Because now I don't know what's causing it. And there's like unplugging the mic and plugging it back in is like all I can really do. I've been drinking lemonade, which is like the only other thing I can think of that causes that is like I've just been drinking lemonade. Watch it be like, oh, I got cancer. Fucking knocking on wood, actually, now that I think about that. It could be your settings. I haven't touched them. But then again... Oh, oh yeah, good point. Could be angle. Alright. I pointed it more towards my direction. I think that should be good. Here, chat, you might hear an echo. I'm gonna turn on my own mic. So I can hear it. Alright. I'm hearing to put... Oh my god. Yeah, I do sound weird. That helped a lot, actually. Oh, that's good. Alright, I'm tired of hearing this playback. That is good, though, that I can hear it. I need to hear that. Alright. What were we even talking about before that? Were we talking about, we were talking about VHS Halloween, I think? And VHS, Viral, which... Yes, I will say, I think that VHS Viral is the worst in the series. There's a lot of reasons why I think VHS Viral is the worst, but, like, the main reason is, like, it just has the weakest stories. And, like, it really does just abandon found footage, which is why VHS was great. VHS Viral has a cool idea. Like, it's... So, like, the entirety of the VHS series is, like, every movie is connected by one thread. And Viral's thread is everyone wants to, like, be on the internet. They want to be viral. They want to make viral videos. It's, like, all about, like, fame. And, like, how fame corrupts. And, like... Man... It really drops the ball at some points. It was so bad that it killed the VHS franchise for a good long while. And I believe they came back with VHS 85, which is like... Holy shit, VHS 85. Shout out to VHS 85 for having one of the best ending songs I've ever heard. Granted, you're fighting with Grimace Smoking Weed.jpg. But like... Oh my god, Scoob. If you guys have not, I like highly recommend looking up Doppelganger from VHS 85. It does describe the entirety of the movie. Like, the point of Doppelganger as a song is it's like, you've already watched VHS 85, so now you're hearing in the end credits this song that describes, like, what happened in the movie, right? But, oh my fucking god, they made it slap so hard. Also, it has one of my favorite, VHS movies, which is Internet God. I will be one to admit that the first time I watched Internet God, like, I legit got goosebumps because it was like ASMR. Not because I was scared, but because it just like tickled my goblin brain in just the right way. I was like, oh no! What else was there that's really good? I love Look, Internet God is like one of my favorite VHS movies. I think that it is my favorite, but VHS Halloween. Oh my god. VHS Halloween does this amazing thing where it puts the worst movie, in my opinion, at the beginning. Like, it was really uncomfortable and gross at the beginning, which is great. Because then it's like, alright, we got, like, the really disgusting, gross shit out of the way. We have nothing but slap after this. And, I highly recommend you watch VHS Halloween just for that. Because Jesus Christ. Even, like, the worst segment of VHS Halloween is actually really good, though. I think it's called The Mommy, and, like... The Mommy does have one problem, which is that, there was actually a controversy about this, until it was further discovered why it was not exactly what we thought, right? There was an AI image used, but it was only used because it was, put into the sample pack for Microsoft. It was actually Microsoft lying. But, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah, that little short movie in VHS Halloween. Yeah. I think that's the one mommy that Charlie doesn't want. Charlie is probably, like, thinking right now, like, is he right? Charlie, I am right. You're not actually that big on mommies, ironic to my character. Oh. Well, I was correct. They make good lunch. This one does not. Charlie, we have to watch all the VHS movies together, and then we have to decide if you even want to see VHS Viral. I know you'll want to see, you know what, I want to see this. What happens if we run? It flew away. Try me. First off, is Shiny Deoxys even real? It could be Leon. First off, Charlie, I hope you just know, right? That my search feed now includes VHS Halloween Mommy. Second off, I hope you know that this is a real image that I'm about to send you. Of, like, behind the scenes. Also, yes, it flew away. Actually, Charlie, I need to send you this. I need to send you this amazing image. That image actually doesn't... Hold on, no, not that one, not that one. I need to get the second one. There, look in DMs, because I can't post these in the mentioned media. Also, I forgot to mention, chat, there's also a guide of, like... I can post these two, right? This guy who said they look like a Fortnite character. And I just find that hilarious. I can post this guy in the mentioned media. Actually, I'm gonna post him with his friend. $500 calories, exactly. Alright, where's mentioned media? There it is. I can't get over in VHS Halloween, someone said that motherfucker looks like a Fortnite character, and I just literally lost it, like, hearing that. Because I was like, he does! He looks like he belongs in Fortnite, and I can't get over it whenever I hear it.
Yeah, bitch!
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do-do-do. Chat, did you know that in the Spider-Man Brave New Days comics, Hulk remembers that Peter is Spider-Man? Do you know how? That's right, chat. Hulk found his OnlyFans. He remembered the butt. Bro, what? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna say in the movie, because I imagine in the movie they're gonna do that too, because like, oh, it's like a huge part of comics, right? But in the comics, it's because like Hulk is actually like a different person that does not exist on the Earth until like Bruce hands him control. Hulk is fucking ridiculous. I am so happy that armadillo racing exists, by the way. That is like some shit I would have died for as a child. I wonder when I'll say something that you guys, like, just sit there, like, something out of pocket that you guys just sit there right now, like, that's a normal passion thing. It's an old arcade game from 1997, Armadillo. Hold on, I need water. Alright, hold on, just drink water. It rained like 2 inches today? Wait, what? Yeah, it rained like 2 inches. Jesus Christ. That's a lot. Two inches is all about perspective, Chad, and in terms of rain, that's a lot. Do you guys also, by the way, see like the craziest ass, what was the thing about? Oh yeah, so on the Thebes map for Marvel Rivals, there's a skull present, which people are like, oh my god, that means Ghost Rider can get it, and I'm like, motherfucker, they were always gonna add in Ghost Rider. You think they weren't gonna add in Ghost Rider? Hold on, I'm gonna piss BRB. Right. To do. Let's 18 more resets. You can always start again when we can do Deoxys. Real. Do. Do. Neat. Chat, August 1st is when Spirit opens. Meaning that's when Halloween starts. Dude. So, chat, how are things? Oh my god. I'm back to make more funny jokes to make up for my crippling lack of actual self-worth. Charlie, that's supposed to be my thing! I can't get over someone said that Meat Canyon looks like the JD man sentence, and I'm like, that man must have, like... That must be Meat Canyon's 9/11. That must be, like, his, like... I don't think I can take an insult like that and live. Alright, my audio got crunched. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute! How's that? I had my laptop in front of my leg, and I guess that must have put it in the direction of the mic. Sam? Damn it! Why are you like this? Why did you fail me? Fuck! Work, Mike! Work! Is my audio still crunched? Ribs! Spare ribs! Oh my god, I'm sending that to my coworker. I'm sending that and just being like, us core. I have that on, like, standby. She literally cannot keep a straight face around me anymore. Like, she has struggles, like, not, like, giggling when I'm doing shit. There was a moment where she had to be very serious, and I had to walk out of the room. Not, like, her asking. I walked out on my own accord, knowing that, like, the second that she looks at me, she's gonna start fucking dying laughing. Ribs! Spare ribs! Why must you fail me so often? Ribs! Passionate AoE laughing gas. No, I think I just, like, tickle her in just the right way to get her dying. Okay, that sounded very wrong. I cannot get over. One time I took Yeetus by, the old building where my work was. That building's abandoned, by the way. Like, completely abandoned. Killer Peter touches. That building's abandoned, though, and I, like, took him around to look at the, outside yard. Make feel the wrath of funny. Oh my god. But I took Yeetus to see, the outside yard, where I used to walk the dogs, like, constantly. And, like, we can look back there, basically. Like, that's the whole point. It's outside. Well, I took him back there and I was like, oh yeah, so you see that brick wall over there? And he's like, yeah. I'm just like, so much sin was committed on that wall. There was a whole joke I had with the work wife about, we used to joke that, show me that wall sometime. I'll get the pictures. You gotta remember it's abandoned now. So, like, the wall looks very much like... The yard itself looks, like, decrepit. Because we left that yard alone for, like, all of, like... I don't even know how long it had been. I want to say a year. No, wait, it hasn't been a year. It's been, like, a couple months. Fuck. Wow, fuck. We left that place alone for a couple months and it went, like, to shit that fast. Jesus. Alright, I remember it was when we went to see the Amazing Digital Circus. We just stopped on the way, just to look, because it was like, oh, look at that. And that, that wall. There you go, Charlie, I sent it to you. I'll send it to the rest of chat, too. Yes, that wall. Specifically, chat, you're gonna want to look in the little, like, dugout area. Like the little staircase area. What happened on it? I will text you that. I'm not allowed to say that, for reasons. Like, I like having my job. That was not happening. We made jokes about that, though, because of the last guy who... The last, actually, not the last guy who worked with us. One guy who worked with us. There was, like... Yeah, there's, like, 3 other guys in the way now. I just want you all to know Charlie responded all caps to what I said with just, oh! Oop! No, 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 no. That's oh. Ooh, yeah, you said ooh. I am not joking when I say, like, the dogs at my work would sit there and think that it was an attack. Oh my god. The dogs at my work started listening to me better after that kept happening, and I just died because, like... Why? There was also jokes about my boss coming out and, like, saying that, and I'm like... They would come out, see that, and like, depending on who it was, they'd either stare, cheer, or leave. No in-betweens! I did die to someone, like, one of my coworkers asking one day, like, what if the owner learned about that? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that the owner knows and is like, I can't really control him. I do know that the one thing that they will let me admit about the outside yard that I just find hilarious is that, look, I think we can admit this because literally, like, I power wash that thing constantly, right? And, like, yeah, this didn't do anything to it, right? He makes me laugh, we shall keep him. The owner keeps me because I'm a valuable worker. Like, that's the entire joke that has been made, is like, the owner genuinely wanted to fire me, like, 2 weeks in because I was annoying. And just went, actually, he's really good at his job. And then just like rubbing her temples, apparently, just like, we can keep him then. I was like one of those rescue dogs that was rescued from a horrible situation, but was annoying. And they were like, alright, we can keep him, and now I've turned into one of those dogs that you're just never gonna experience again. On Sam's page. I can't get over the idea of that. They joke around to, like, at my work, like, yeah, we're pretty sure, like, half the reason that he stays is, he can't find anywhere else to go, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much the truth. But then there's the joke now of, like, my boss wouldn't want me to leave because that would mean that she'd have to cover my shifts until they find someone new. And as I've said, like, oh crap, I became important at work. I've now realized, ah crap, I'm a load-bearing employee. If I left my work, there is a realistic chance that they would shut down. Ah, damn, exactly! I'm like... Someone put it perfectly, like... When asking me about that, like, what? I was like, yeah, so, like, to put it perfectly, I cover so many shifts. Like, not like, oh, like, my coworker's absent, so I covered a shift. Like, for them. Like, I'm on so many shifts naturally. That it would be hard to be like, alright, Andrew's leaving, can anyone cover his shifts, like, consistently all the time? You should ask for a raise, become more trouble on your work rapidly, sky's the limit. They've already given me plenty of raises, actually. I started at 10 an hour, and now I'm at 15. So I'm effectively 1.5 times my pay now. The problem is that that pay is small. I've thought about going full-time there, but, like, at the same time, I'm like, I could not. Like, I really could not. I don't think I could handle it. When I first started working, I was like, yeah, maybe I could do that. Yeah. Well, I ain't no son of a bitch, and I know you are. I heard you. As I've said to my boss, like, I realistically am probably just gonna work here, like, until I feel like leaving. I do like my job, like, it is a very great job. They asked me, like, what I could do to improve it, and I was like, what, like, can be improved, and I was like... At first I was like, you know, you could just let me drink on the job at this point. Like, it would be nice, but then I was like, you know what'd be great is, like, having health insurance. Hold on, what's this? Yeah, those. Those are words. I say ether. Eber. Alright, chat, I have to be right back. Hold on, I'll leave you with this Deoxys. As I must go use the bathroom. Now here's the hard part, is I gotta squeeze through here without knocking over the switch in my ass. Okay. I swear to God, if my cock and balls smack my switch off. God, I think I just got hit with a pet of me while taking a big poo. Like a huge, massive idea. Hold on. Holy shit. Okay, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Cosplay idea, maybe. Right? Drag Queen Wolverine, otherwise known as Wolverqueen. I know they're not gonna add the Marvel Rivals, so might as well. If you're saying you know they're not gonna add it to Marvel Rivals, yes, yes I do. That sounds like something Deadpool will come up with. Yeah, yeah it does. It's Deadpool would present it to Logan like, just think of all the marketing possibilities, and then just like claws through his head immediately. I'll let you think it over, Logan. Alright, hold on, chat. Oh crap. I have made an oopsie poopsie. That bell is driving me crazy. Sorry. I can mute the game if everyone would like. It's part of the experience. Alright, fair enough. Hmm. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I just want you all to know that at my work right now, I literally forgot to update someone. I'm like, oh yeah, that night shift got changed to a morning shift, like, I think it was this month. And I was like, oh, fuck, did I update them when they took that shift? Because, like, it was so long ago, I think that they took a night shift. And just... Oh. No one ever updated them. I'm so tired, chat. I'm tired of this world. Oh my god. You should not vibe with this world any longer, mood. You're trying... Wait, what the fuck does that say? Squiffy? Yeah. The Squiffy? In Splatoon 3, it's Pain. The Squiffer! Oh my god. Oh, is that the sniper? It's like a brand of detergent. I mean, cleaning spray. In America, we have a thing called a Swiffer, which is like literally just like it's like a combination of squeegee and mop. It's a short-range sniper that has a bottle on the back. Yeah. It's like that weird... It's that weird type of sniper rifle that's like... Alright, you want to be like kinda close to your opponent, but also far away. It's like a medium-range sniping tool. Which is so weird! That's like when you have to say grappler zoner in a fighting game. So for those who are like, what the flying fuck is a grappler zoner? The grappler zoner usually applies to characters that are like... they like grab you with stretchy powers. It's supposed to be a mobility weapon, so you're like doing like kind of weird rocket jumps with it, like pseudo rocket jumps. It's a fart blaster. You just go around going... Isn't Splatoon 4... Hold on, let me check this. Isn't Splatoon 4 announced? No, Splatoon Raiders is announced. Alright, nope. Then make Dr. Baldhead and Guilty Gear and missing like a grappler rush down. I have no idea. I have not played enough Guilty Gear to know. I'm pretty sure, like... grappler zoners are, like, very much defined by, like, they have, like, literally most grappler zoners are, like, they just have, like, stretchy powers. Like, there's just, like, no in-betweens, they all have stretchy powers. For some reason, every single grappler zoner has stretchy powers. Or something adjacent. Like, Swamp Thing from Injustice 2 is who I like to call that is the standard grappler zoner. He has command grabs that you can do up close, but you can also just be like, oh, stretch out, right? Boss stretches. Right, that's fair. I have no idea anything about Guilty Gear, really. I have Guilty Gear, I haven't played it. I know, like, Potemkin. But, like, Potemkin is, like, the standard grappler. Potemkin is, like, your traditional Christian grappling. Me neither, barely. Maybe we can play it sometime. Again, like, the ideal, like, the two that I immediately think of, and this is gonna expose to you all how much of a nerd I am. The two I immediately think of are Swamp Thing and Miss Marvel. Because there's not really much more of, like... Yeah, the only thing Christian about Potemkin is the YMCA. Young man, are you listening to me? I said, young man, pick up that man. I'm trying to think. Pick up that man and tell him God he will see. You can Potemkin Buster. Bam, 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 bam. It's fun to break someone's spine. Fuck up, pick up that man in DPS. Young man, are you listening to me? You can make him very unhappy. Bam, 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 bam. It's fun to wake up DP. I can't get over how funny, like, the Mothman version of that song has personally ruined me. Like, my sense of humor was destroyed when I heard, well, because you're a really, really big M-O-T-H, a really, really big M-O-T-H. You have big scary wings, creepy glowing red eyes, and the element of surprise. I'm reminding myself of a thing I want to do tomorrow, because tomorrow I go to a convention with Edis, right? Edis is, he's gonna debut something pretty exciting, all the 2 people in chat who are here. And I said I kinda want to, like, find a piano, right? So I can lay on top of it, chat, right? And be like, alright, C minor, put that in C minor. And then have the, like, dun. Where have all the good plumbers gone, and where are all the wash? Where on the street lies a guy like me to fight Luigi with wash? Isn't there a purple night upon a greedy state? Late at night I toss and I turn, and I dream of what I need. I need Waluigi. I need a warrior. Somewhere after a while you land, between maybe 2 and 3. Somewhere that's not in the Smash community. Riding on the thunder and rising with the heat. Isn't there someone who can take Luigi and stomp him under his feet? I need Waluigi. Yeah. I'm dying at the idea of that. Wherever all the good plumbers gone, and where are all the wise? Where in the streets lies a guy like me to fight the Mario Bros. Isn't there a purple night upon a grimy steed? Late at night I toss and I turn and I dream of what I need. And then just have like that awesome like band come in and just, I need Waluigi. Wah! Somebody Somebody to commit evil crimes, and he's got to be tall, and he's got to be skinny, and he's got to be not in Smash. Holding out for Waluigi and Smash Brothers to fight. Although I could sing that where I can be like, holding out for Waluigi, I need him in Smash Brothers to fight. I already did, I already did, it's like I'm where the skies meet the heavens above. Yeah. I'm where my nose shut my finger. I'm where light. I'm over here in my party. I can swear I can feel this approach coming to me. Dirty hype and the thrills and the rain and the pain. And he's gotta be tall, and he's got to be skinny, and he's gotta be purple than me. I Waluigi. Wah. I don't know, what other sort of Wario songs would you all enjoy? I know I told Yus he should he should just do the Brawl in the Family voice for Waluigi. But I could probably teach him how to do it, because it's really fun to sing like the Waluigi sings. Like, you cannot tell me that Waluigi singing Africa was not beautiful. Or one of the funniest ones when he received so many comments that Waluigi sounded like Kermit, so he's just like... Oh, also most of them are like really good actually, exactly. The Waluigi Rainbow Connection one just sends me just because... Why? There are so many songs about the rainbows in what's on the other side. The rainbows are not visions, but far away illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. And, if none of you have ever seen that video, I highly recommend going into it blind because it has perhaps the funniest fucking joke in it. Here's a hint for you, it probably was the most expensive one to make because it had a cameo in it. Charlie, you are not ready. I'm gonna put it in mentioned media. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Wah, 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 Game over. I still love, like, one of my favorite audio stems to do is just Waluigi, number 47. Waluigi's number 47. Have you ever seen The Runaway Guys? They had a joke with just that. That's where that's from, exactly. Waluigi number 47. Oh yeah. It's a me, Wario. Wario's number 23. I really want to do some silly Waluigi stuff with Venus, but I imagine that most of it is probably going to be like, Waluigi, it was a great idea to snort the garlic. Oh yeah! Literally just, like, Scoob, it was a great idea to snort these Scooby Snacks! Tempted to go in the Scooby costume next year. Just so I can, like, see a scary cosplay and just run behind Gideon and be like, Monster! Like Scoob, I've been drinking too much Monster. I now pee out rocks. Gee, Shaggy, don't you think you should put those down then? Fred, I'm gonna be real with you. It's either this or cigarettes. Holy shit. Unfortunately, that has become one of my audio streams, and legit, I'm not kidding. We have a dog at my work right now called Scooby, and she responds to Scoob. So, like, if I get really annoyed, I'll just be like, holy shit, Scoob! And then she'll just look over at me like, huh? Holy shit, Scoob! I took 40 Benadryls and now the spare change in my car is Sorry. Like, holy shit, Scoob! I took 40 Benadryls and now the spare change in my car is gone! Oh no way, it's already here, right on the seat. What the... Shaggy, you should probably put down the Benadryl. Fred, get me more mustard! I am an artist, Fred! And then just, like, aggressive toss of the mustard bottle, like... Fuck! Don't worry, it's right here in the window seat, that hat, man. Oh my god. I think I've told you all this before. I kind of want to learn how to do a female voice just so I can fuck with people. Just for the sheer reason of, like, can you imagine my big ass, my large body, my extremely hairy self, looking at you and then doing, like, the Mia Honda voice? Cosplaying as Mia Honda herself, chat, and then just going around the convention doing the, like, legendary walk and going, like... Okay. Fucking... I fucking wheeze. We are so lucky humans cannot shapeshift, because I would be like one of the worst shapeshifters. I forget what comic it is, but there's a comic where there's like a joke where a guy's dating a shapeshifter, and their favorite joke to pull on him is right when they're about to, like, climax during sexual activities. The shapeshifter turns into Tony Soprano. And, like, the way I would do that as well. The way I would turn into an angry Italian father. I'd still bust. Yes, you would. But the way I'd turn into, like, the angry Italian father hearing that frickin' Spimpy is like, coming to live in the house. What the fuck kind of name is Spimpy? Spimpy? Chad, if you've never seen that video, I highly suggest it. And then you can answer your question, chat. Who the hell is Spimpy? I will say I may not be able to shapeshift, but I am proud of myself for finally working hard enough to give myself a fat ass, which I think is like... I think I did a good job. I'm trying to validate myself more. I'll validate myself on that. I did a good job working out, and like sticking to working out. I did a good job. That felt good. That felt good to say. I am proud of that, though. Like, for real. I said I was gonna start working out, and I was gonna have the fattest ass I could. And I would stick on my routine. And I would be the fattest ass man in the world. If I so desired it. And I am fat. But I also have a fat ass. I'm feeling like we're playing Goblin Town again. You can't spell body positivity without booty, exactly. I feel like we're playing Goblin Town again, and I was giving myself the motivational speech. Gentlemen, we may not have accomplished much. We may feel bad about ourselves sometimes. But we have a fat ass! And is that something bad? No! That's amazing! That's commitment! We are fat-ass monsters! I can't get over that one of my partners is a, like, literally makes, like, survival SW, which if you don't know what that means, you don't need to know what that means. But, the reason, by the way, that I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I can't say it on Twitch, but, makes it by like that because of, disabilities and such, and has still said, like, God, he has such a nice butt. And I'm like, the goals. That compliment fuels me for centuries. Actually, it fuels me for life. That is like... That is the compliment of all time. That is the best one. Wait, is this place in the game called Birth Island? What the fuck? Yes. This is Birth Island. Don't get it confused with Gurf Island. That's where Bowser goes. As we learned in Super Paper Mario, Bowser has sizable girth. Birth-giving hippo. Deoxys came down from space just to come onto Birth-giving Hips Island. And note that we are the only two on here. Deoxys came down with the explicit purpose of finding the birth-giving hips. He sees through the screen, you see. He doesn't see the player character, he sees me. And he's like, my god, those hips, they don't lie. He's finally met a worthy opponent, Chad. When me and Deoxys clash, it's like Conqueror's hockey. It is so intense. I just want to point this out because I thought this was funny, and like I still hold on to the idea that this is funny. So someone asked in like a comment section about like, oh, this is a tarantula hawk. It exists to fuck up tarantulas and nothing else. Like, why do these exist? What ecological purpose does the tarantula hawk wasp, like, inhibit? What does it do? And like, we got the answer already. You're like, oh yeah, you know, they keep the tarantula population in check, you know? But like, I just went like, alright, you got your answer, now let me give you a silly one that is absolutely true. Which is that one day a tarantula said to God that he was invulnerable, he was undefeatable, he was an apex predator. And thus God said, alright, Mr. Mighty, let's put you in your shoes. How do you like your tarantula hawk-wise, huh, buddy? And the tarantula said, God, why? If you don't know about tarantula hawk wasps, by the way, those things are genuinely like a defiance of God. If there's anything you can learn about wasps, it's that whatever horror trope you are thinking of, it is probably a wasp. The only type of wasp we are missing out on is the force fem wasp. Which I want to desperately make for no reason other than funny. Like, walk into a room full of people and then shake a jar and then throw it at the floor and be like, force fem wasp, go. Go forth, my army! And it's a bunch of, like, pink, light blue, and white wasps. Man, that's on my list of ideas. Hold on. Technically, I did that one. We're talking about evolution now? Sure, why not? I would love to have... Have we actually gone full circle? Yes. Charlie, should I add a spell to Skyrim that's called Force Fem Wasp? Should I figure out Skyrim modding just for the sheer reason of Force Fem Wasp? A fucking what? You know what? New evil wizard spells are needing to be made, and like, I'm down for it. I think that the evil wizard committee needs more evil spells, and like... Force Fem spells. Go! Like, we need Force Fem Plague, Force Fem Spiders, Force Fem Scorpions, Force Fem Wasps, Force Fem Frogs. You may say, I'm obsessed with Force Fem. I'm not denying that. It's just hilarious. Andy? Real quick, yes. Force Fem bees are quite literally a thing in nature. There is no way that Force Fem bees... I'm looking this up. So there is scientifically not a damn thing wrong with any of this, and we are perfectly justified. Okay, AI overview, I don't want that. Worker bees are female, is forced, and merely born from desperately wishing. What the fuck? That's not it. That's not a fact. That's just a guy saying, change my opinion. Okay, can you send me the bees that get Force Fem? Because looking up Force Fem bees is not working. Blunt forced feminization, though, is actually really nice. I just asked Strumpet. Hold on. I know who I need to ask. I don't think the convention is ready for me to come back, because last time when I tried to offer up Drew as a virgin sacrifice to a vendor, and those vendors are probably still laughing. They were like, literally wheezing. And it just... like, literally just went like, but you're getting a gift for him! And I'm like, oh yeah, good point, good point. Like, in the Wario pit, like, oh yes, yes, good point. Ha! Being in character as Wario is really fun. You checked roll die, lied to me? How dare they! How are we going to live? There's not Force Fem wasps. How fucking dare he? There's only one way to rectify this. Force Fem! Force Fem! Force Fem! Force Fem! Force Fem! I die laughing at the amount of my chat that's in the Force Fem, but I am not fighting. Read into that however you'd like, but let me remind you that I use any pronoun, so I literally don't care. Also, if you're watching this and you're like, I don't like trans people, I'm very shocked you got this far. I would expect by now that you'd be back to sucking penis. Whoever just made it into the 2-hour, 30-minute mark of this Deoxys shiny hunt, congratulations, you have officially reached the peak of comedy in the stream. Oh my god. What animals deserve to have the, like, magical ability of Force Fem? In my eyes, you know who deserves Force Fem the most. Yeah, it's only been 2 hours, 30 minutes. You know who I think deserves Force Fem the most? Is, behind it, yes, give Charlie Force Fem! And Force Fem to Charlie. I was gonna say, like, what animal in the wild deserves it most? Alright, Charlie, you're an animal in the wild now. It's been 7 years. I'm begging you. Give it to me. Chat! Hold on, can I make a poll? Can I make a poll? Where the fuck is the poll? Where the fuck is the make a poll option? Fuck it, we're doing it in Discord. Ready, chat? Oh my god. Alright, ready, chat? I'm better, like, regret this. So strongly. There you go, chat. A colorblind enters chat and doesn't know what Deoxys is yellow. Oh, is the pizza here? Oh, hold on, chat. The pizza's here. I'll be right back! For anyone for everyone who's wondering why I was just quiet for a moment, here, have Discord. And go immediately to where everyone was just at it. Oh my god. Where the fuck is the start to my pant? Oh. So much for that, it's time to put on pants. Oh my god, my ass! Okey-dokey. I know. Whoop! Alright, I got dinner chat, hold on. Hey! I'm back. I got pizza. You know what's incredible to me, though? Hold on. So, like, shiny Pokemon have that, like, sparkle effect that's iconic. And, like, originally that wasn't going to be in. The only reason that it's in, right, is because of, Game Boy limitations. Because on, like, Silver and Gold, right, you wouldn't have a guarantee to get a Game Boy Color. So there had to be some other way to tell, oh, this is a shiny, right? It wasn't added in as accessibility for, like, the disabled. It's so weird. It makes more sense in the anime where they're like, oh yeah, like, it's odd colored, instead of, like, it's shiny. It's like, oh, it has an odd color. I like shiny, though. Like, I like that they made it shiny. They've eventually started calling it shiny, if I remember right. No fucking way. Dude, shiny is a fan-made term. That's another, like, crazy shiny Pokemon fact. Is like, it's a fan-made term. Game Freak hasn't officially adopted it yet, if I remember right. But until, like, very recently. It is? Yes. Before shiny Pokemon were called shiny Pokemon, like, officially, like, they were just like, oh yeah, like, for example, like, for the Paldea outbreaks, it's like, and, like, the shiny charm and whatnot, they were called sparkling, usually, if I remember right, and then, like, in the anime, they'd say, like, it's odd colored, stuff like that. I want to say Glimmering was also one of them, but I don't think it was. I'm gonna check this. I remember right. If I remember right, Bulbapedia may have it. Shiny Pokemon, like, only recently started being called shiny. They were originally called rare Pokemon, and in Pokemon Stadium 2 they were known as Color, or Alt Colors. Oh no, wait, just Alt. They were known as Color in Gen 3, and Shining in Trading Card Game. And this term definitely aged horribly. They were called Colored or Specially Colored Pokemon. Wow. The first in-game use of Shiny was Wonder Cards for Shiny Milotic distributed in Platinum, but before that, they were referred to that in a Ruby and Sapphire guidebook. Before that, like, again, still before some of this stuff, this is like insane shit to read. Terms like Golden Magikarp, Red Gyarados, Pikachu-colored Pichu, Brown Donphan, Silver Metagross, Black Rayquaza, Red Genesect, Dark Hawlucha, and White Zygarde were used. Yeah. Alright, so here... Oh, hold on. There's a guy on my Splatoon team right now called Dionysus. Amazing. That's it. That's a great name. Alright, so here's why you have shinies make that distinct noise and like have the sparkles, right? In the Game Boy mode of Pokemon Gold and Silver, the sprites of both regular and shiny Pokemon use the same shades of gray. As a result, can't tell them apart. You can identify a shiny as a result by the stars, or the star on the status screen when you look at it. I immediately thought of the guy who plucked the chickens that Diogenes. He would be so proud. Oh my god, he actually has Kermit appear. I just watched it. That's wild shit. It is hilarious. Man, Pokemon used to be a very different game. Shininess used to be determined by, like, purely IVs, right, chat? So you couldn't have a perfect shiny, like you can now. You're originally gonna sleep early night? Oops. Whoopsie! You got an interview in the morning? Then get to bed! The suspense. The sheer arrived. I'm waiting for a shiny The erotic tension of waiting for a shiny Deoxys. This is a multiple stream effort, I'm telling you right now. We have only had one stream. At the same time, it's gonna show up as soon as I leave, and we both know it. I'm gonna be for real with you, I doubt it. If you want, I'll end stream now. Alright, Trav, if this is it, if this is the shiny. See, it wasn't shiny. Hey. I don't know about you, Chet, but I'm actually getting pretty tired. Probably because I have been up for, like, a long time. I could have started stream earlier. Alright, this will be the last one, and I will just, like... Yeah. Oh, this will be the last one. I'm, let's head off for tonight. I'll make sure to tell you all how tomorrow goes. Alright. Watch this, be the shiny. Alright. That was a good stream, chat. Methinks. Oh. Have a good night, everyone, and be safe. I'll be back tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, sorry, I'm falling asleep. Monday. I will be back. And, yeah, we can do more fun stuff then. Have a good night, everyone, and be safe.